Hey everybody, how you doing today? Hopefully your week has been well, and I want to give you a couple words of encouragement to help you push through and persevere throughout the remainder of the week and end on a good note. And this is my Motivational Minute. I do have this YouTube channel. It is underneath my name, Aaron Lassiter, and I would like for you all to like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications, and comment on the post because I want to be able to influence everyone and allow us to reach out to levels in life. And here's the quote. Your future is watching what you do today. Make it proud. So, this week I want to talk about your future, what your ambitions are. So, we all go through things from time to time, but sometimes we got to keep, those dreams on that horizon. The things that we really want to do in life, the moves that we want to make, the passions that we want to pursue. We always have to keep those things in mind. And again, sometimes it's not easy to see the forest from the trees. Sometimes you got to take that outward look at everything so that way you'll be able to see your dreams better. And remember, you always have to make sure that your future is looking at you. Future, I like to say this from time to time, and I heard this from like a person when I was at work. Future Aaron always wants to set up. Oh, you always want to set up future Aaron for success. So just remember that the ideas and the thought processes that you're working on now, that's going to set you up for future success. You never want to set yourself up for failure. You always want to set yourself up for success. And these are the ways that you do it. You got to think about it, right? You got to be conscious enough to know and understand that I'm working on something for my tomorrows. Not my yesterdays, but for my tomorrows. And it's going to be proud and make the person proud of what you're trying to do now. Put forth the effort now so that way future Aaron or future you can say, man, it really helped me out by me doing these things. So learning how to do research, learning how to network, learning how to be better as a person, learning how to breathe, learning how to walk a little bit faster, learning how to lift weights, learning how to, whatever it is, right? Learning how to budget, learning whatever it may be. When you learn how to do things now, the future you will be very happy at the things that the current you is doing. Because again, you want to do some things to make yourself proud. Make that future you proud of the steps that you take. Sometimes it's waking up a little bit earlier to be prepared. Sometimes it may be staying up a little bit later to make sure that you're good. Sometimes it may be doing a little bit more research. Sometimes it may be, having another conversation, reaching out to an individual. Just whatever it may be, right? You need to make sure that you're taking these steps so that way your future is always bright. And again, remember, the future you is watching what you're doing today. The work that you're putting in today, the efforts that you're putting in today, the sweat equity, the blood, the tears, the hard work, the determination, the steadfastness, everything that you're doing today, the future you really appreciates. Because believe it or not, the future you is looking at what you're doing now, and they can either smile or they can frown and cry. So make sure that you're putting forth the efforts so that way you can reach your ultimate heights and responsibilities. I want you to make sure that you're putting forth the efforts to be great. And again, sometimes we don't want to be great, right? Sometimes we don't want to be beyond what we are. But we need to push ourselves because we did have passions. We did have goals. We did have ambition. We did have drive. We had all of these things. And then something happened. Let's start over today. Let's start over putting our best foot forward. Let's start over by putting one step in front of the next. Let's pursue those dreams. Let's pursue those passions so that way you won't be one of those what ifs. It is a shame and a disaster when you hear some of these individuals with whom 10, 15, 20 years from now, they always think to themselves, man, I really had an opportunity there and I didn't pursue it. I really had something that I was working on and I didn't do it. So now I'm all worried or I'm frustrated or I may think negatively about myself because I didn't take that step. I never want you to have to experience these things. I don't want myself to experience these things. That's why that's why I am as aggressive as I am on these motivational minutes. That's why I do try to strive towards greatness. That's why I try to tell everybody, let's be the greatest person that we can be, because you don't want to be in that what if category. You don't want to be that person that's going to say, I really had an opportunity. I wish that I could have done this, but now I'm not able to do it. You never want to be in that situation. So make sure you're putting forth the efforts now, so that with the future you will appreciate the efforts that you put into today. And that's what I mean. I mean that we need to continue to move forward beyond what we see today, so that way we're setting ourselves up for success and our future is bright. This right here is my motivational minute. And again, I would like for you all to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And at the end of the day, what you need to know and what you need to understand is the future you right now was looking at the decisions that you're making right now. Make that person proud. Make that person admirable. Make that person know that they have someone in their corner that wants them to succeed. And I know I'm speaking in the third person sometimes when I'm saying this, but let future Aaron be proud of what the present Aaron is doing today. So for you, make the future you be proud of what you're working on, what you're pursuing, those angles that you're working on to try to get to where you need to get to. Make that person proud. So not even just the person that you are now, but the future you will be proud at the progress that you've made right now to help that person. So remember, what you're doing today, the future you will be appreciative of all of those efforts. So what are you going to do to help out the future you? Figure that out, and I'll see you next week.